Hey y'all, so someone asked me to make a video or a series of videos about my planning system, and I'm really excited, but I also want to make sure that I'm presenting a system in a way that doesn't put you guys into like a weird rabbit hole. So the disclaimer here is that I absolutely love this. This is super fun for me, and it's something that since I was a child I've enjoyed. Although I do think it's necessary, I will 100% say that it is very easy to get sucked into a rabbit hole of planners, of systems and stuff. I also want to say that you should try things that work for you. Everything that works for me 100% is not going to work for you, but I also do think that it's important to expose you to different kind of systems in case you have no idea where to start. Okay, so after that disclaimer, first things first, I'm an iPad girly. Have been an iPad girly for a very long time, 10 15 years or so. um, I do everything digitally. So that's the first thing. I used to be a paper planner before I had my iPad, but since I've had an iPad, for the most part, everything that I do is from here and through here. So the basics of my system is basically what I'll like tell you today is I use three different things for my overall organization and planning for life, and they all have kind of slightly different functions. So the first thing that I use is the Google Calendar. I prefer Google Calendar. As you can see, I color code it. So I use Google Calendar for all of my important events, things like birthdays and stuff that I need to set reminders for, my big schedules, like anything that I need to be able to have a reminder set for, or something that's coming up in the future that's like planned and set in stone is going to go directly into my Google Calendar, any appointments or anything like that. And I keep it color coded so that way I know like pink is work, green is bills, that sort of thing. That works for me. And so this is the calendar that I like to use. The second thing that I use for my planning and organizing is GoodNotes. As you can see, I have my digital planner here. Um, I use this for kind of like an overview of the month more in a visual format. I also do, well, like if I'm gonna plan a workout, if I have daily to tasks or to dos, if I have like an especially busy day and I have a lot of stuff to do, I would write everything down in my planner so that way I'm making sure that I get things done. Now, I will say that I'm not a planner right in my planner every day girly all the time. I go through phases of life where I need to really like lock in and have a to-do list every day or a couple times a week, and then I go through phases where I really only need to like fill out the monthly, or maybe like once a week I need to fill everything out just so I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking at. So that's what I use my GoodNotes planner, and it basically just replaces my paper planner. I'm equally obsessed with stickers in a digital form. My Apple Pencil is great. We got the extra tips and we do all the colors and stuff. It's also kind of like a therapeutic thing for me to do, kind of winding down, resetting at the beginning of every month. So that's what I will use this for. And the third and final part of my organization system is Notion. I use Notion as kind of like my home base where I'll aggregate information if I have a longer term task that have a lot of subtasks underneath them. I'm currently building my second brain, but I track like my finances in there. I track my habits at the end of the week. I do like my weekly resets in there. And that is more of a thing that I'm doing more consistent recently. Other than that, Notion has primarily been what I use to organize my content. So when I was doing my 100-day challenge, I had everything planned out in Notion. I had my scripts and all of that stuff planned and stored in there, and I can go back and see a calendar of everything that I did, and anything that I had planned to do that didn't get done. So for me, those three things work for my personal life. At work, I pretty much just I use GoodNotes as well, and then I use like the Outlook email and stuff because that's what my work does. So I do plan separately for work and my personal life as well. So I hope this helps and kind of like gets you in there. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you guys. And I could make more in-depth videos about these things if that's something you're interested in, but I did want to answer your question. Thank you so much for asking. I hope y'all have a good day.